G'day Jets Nation, what is going on? It's your Aussie Jets beat writer here, Sean Walsh. Part 2 of our roster breakdown for Jets Talk Australia. We've got the defense now, which is obviously a little bit more set in concrete at this stage than the offense. With certain spots, obviously the quarterback position and a few little tackle spots who will be up for grabs. So we'll get straight into it. So we'll start with the defensive end position. Now, Muhammad Wilkerson is currently at number one, numero uno in the defensive end position, which is totally deserves to be there. After being franchise tagged in the off season, he's been such a great player for the Jets, constantly getting sacks, tackles for loss of yardage. Yeah, what can you say? Go back and have a look at the film. He's just been absolutely phenomenal. But with that situation with the Jets cap space, if he was to be traded for or let go for cap reasons, and then we've got Jarvis Jenkins, who was picked up this year from the Bears as an unrestricted free agent, who very very similar measurements to Mo. I think 6'4", 300, but he's got fantastic speed. He can play 4-3 or 3-4. So he's definitely a player who, if Wilkerson was to be let go, it wouldn't be a massive drop in terms of production. But so hopefully we can get the money from somewhere else, and Mo can still be on the roster come week one. Now the tackle positions, obviously. At nose tackle with Damon Harrison being let go, traded to that other shitty New York team. We've picked up a good player in Steve McClendon, who was an unrestricted free agent from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had some great seasons there. More known for being able to knock back centers and knock back that guards and tackles to be able to get penetration. Not so much known to get sacks, but definitely a bloke who can plug up those holes in the middle when it comes to the offensive line trying to get penetration. Very strong. So he'll be interesting to see how he goes. We've also got Dion Simon behind him, who hasn't really proven himself as an NFL player yet. So McClendon's probably the guy there. And at defensive tackle, this is really an interesting position. You've got Sheldon Richardson and Leonard Williams, who have both been phenomenal last year. They were both had their opportunities. Sheldon was probably a little bit up and down, but they're both two absolutely exciting players and are both really exciting prospects for the Jets going forward. Can't really say a negative word about either of them. Leonard Williams coming out of USC, he's just been phenomenal last year. I think he had about 8 or 9 tackles for loss of yardage. I think he had about 4 sacks. So he had a phenomenal year. Now next up we've got just stretch out here. Next up we've got the linebackers, which coming in, looking back on last year and coming into the draft, was definitely a spot that the Jets needed to address, and I think we've done that. We picked up young Darren Lee at pick 20. Was also Jordan Jenkins, who are both great players. Pardon me. They'll both be able to contribute right away. And so at the outside linebacker, we've got Lorenzo Moulden, who I'm so excited about to see what Mouldy can do. If he gets a head of steam up, he's fantastic to watch. Those dreads flowing in the wind, yeah. So he's got great pace. He's got fantastic technique coming off the edge. He can also steal the edges for the stop the run game. So he's definitely he's definitely a player to look out for to take that next step up. The other outside position, I think personally that Jordan Jenkins will get the start there. Pick 83 overall. He had a fantastic career at Georgia. He's really athletic. Probably not as athletic as what a lot of people think he is. More athletic than a lot of people think he is. I think there was a tweet put out I found about a week ago, jumping over an offensive guard when he's playing for Georgia, and that stuff like that's just incredible. He's the kind of player who just gets in there, does all that dirty work. He's more of a 4-3 base end, but he'll be able to play 3-4 as well. He's got a great football head on him, great football brain on his shoulders. He'll definitely be able to come in and contribute right away. And then you've also got Trevor Riley, who's been in the Jets for a few years now, and he hasn't done a terrible job there. So that's definitely interesting battle coming into training camp between those two. Now we've got the inside backs. David Harris, the Hitman. He's been doing it for years. Obviously, when he nicknamed the Hitman, but it's so true. He's vicious. When he pushes up the hill, gets into the backfield, stops those backs in their tracks. Had a little bit of trouble covering last year, but that's definitely where Darren Lee can come in. Darren Lee's fantastic prospect. One of the most exciting draft picks. I think he ran a 4.4740, so he's got absolute speed to burn. He's more of a sideline to sideline back. From the film that I've done, he'll be able to be a 3-down back. So David Harris there. You've also got Aaron Henderson, who I believe will start on the other opposite side to David Harris, but don't be surprised if Darren Lee gets quite a lot of snaps this year. They're both tremendous football players. Now we'll go to the outside. My favourite position on a football team, on the defensive side of the ball anyway, is the cornerback position. Now, obviously you've got Darrell Rivas on the one side. Darrell, one of the best corners of this generation. So excited to have him back last year. Probably getting as the same as I said before. With the other player, probably getting, can't remember who it was. Getting over the hill of his career, but definitely not done yet. Matt Forte that was. So those two are in a similar boat. Fantastic careers. Probably winding down a little bit, but far from done. And expect Darrell to have dogs bark, typical Australia. He'll definitely have some production this year. Don't be surprised if he has another phenomenal year. And then on the other side, with Antonio Cromartie being released, there was some rumours going around last week that he'll come back, but I think that won't happen. I think Crow's gone. So you got Buster Screen or Marcus Williams, both different kind of corners. Williams is definitely more of a cover guy. Buster Screen's got the ability to play in the nickel. So he's definitely, they're both different corners, but Buster will probably get the start there. And then you've also got young Justin Barris, who was drafted. He was drafted in the 4th round out of NC State. He's a big kid, great press cover corner. So that's definitely a position that the Jets are not lacking in either. Is that cornerback position. Now the safeties, Kelvin Pryor, who again was phenomenal last year at that strong safety position. Being used as a blitzer, cover guy, covering. I think he's 1-on-1 against who was it? Rob Gronkowski, and then JJ Watt as well. Cover those guys terrifically well. Then you've got Marcus Gilchrist as well as a free safety. So so there you go, guys. There's your defensive breakdown, I suppose. if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I've just got a sheet and some notes on it. So I make sense. I'm not just trying to blubber stuff off the top of my head. Yeah, so again, thank you guys so much for all your support so far. This is part 2. This will probably be out a little bit later than part 1, but hopefully we can get them all out before the OTAs start. Sorry, looking forward to that. So if anyone, any fans that are allowed in there, I'd love to see some photos, hear who's going well. I'm looking forward to immensely to see NewYorkJets.com to see who's cracking in. Yeah, so thanks again, guys. As I said in the last episode, Twitter's at WalshNYJets. I'd love to hear whatever you want, Jets related. I'm always up for chat. My Facebook, Jets Facebook writing page is www.facebook.com/Sean Walsh Jets Writer. That's with an SEAN, like Sean Connery. So thanks again, guys. Special thanks again to Aussie Faithful for giving me this opportunity. It's a fantastic media group. Starting to get a little bit more into the National Gridiron League, which again everyone should check out. So go to www.aussiesfaithful.com. All their social media platforms are at Aussie Faithful, so Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I think as well. So they'll all be below. Thanks again, guys, and jet up.